It's Wednesday, May 25th. I have the day off from work, and I'm actually out here at the Desert Marksmen range in Palmdale. I haven't been out at this facility in quite some time. A lot of bugs here. So I decided to make the trek out here. And, you know, it's quite a drive for me, about an hour and a half. And anyway, there's somebody already on the firing line when I got here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just unload my gear, and then we'll wait for an opportune time to call line break so I can head out there and set up my steel targets. Brought up my Vudoo and my 6 Creedmoor. I only have 20 rounds on the 6 Creedmoor, but I wanted to do some testing with the TRIGGERCAM, which is attached to the Kahles scope that's on that rifle. Hopefully the battery is still charged, because I charged it up and I haven't touched it in a couple weeks. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's go ahead and unload the gear so I'm ready to head out there to set up steel. If I'm waving my hand in front of my face like this all throughout this vlog, it's because there's tons of bugs out here. And I put on sunscreen, so I don't know if they're attracted to that too. But I haven't been to the Desert Marksmen range in quite some time. I had to go look into my range vlog history to actually find out when I was last here. And it was June of 2020. So that means I haven't been here in nearly 2 years, and I actually haven't been here throughout one entire membership cycle. So the membership cycles for this range, the Desert Marksmen range in Palmdale, is from like June of the year till the end of May of the following calendar year. So that's kind of like fiscal year for anyone who's in business or whatever. Anyway, so I haven't been here through one cycle, and then this is like the first time I've been here since you know, the 2021-2022 membership cycle. It's not a big deal though, because membership here is pretty inexpensive. I think it's only $60 a year, which is not bad. And wow, there's a lot of bugs out here. Sorry. And it's so if you come out here twice a year, 3 times a year, you've already paid for your membership. And so it's not that bad to maintain membership here annually for $60. And if you rarely come out here, it's not bad. And so the guy actually who was here earlier when I got here just cleared out. He had it smart. It's right before 8 o'clock in the morning. This is summertime. And if you're not familiar with Palmdale, for those of you who were not from California or, you know, from Southern California, Palmdale is basically the desert. And it is hot. It's getting hot already. It's going to be, I think, 95 today. And it's supposed to be howling winds apparently, but it's supposed to be fairly calm in the morning and then pick up right after 12. So we'll get in our shooting before then. But it's definitely, you know, when you get here, it's ideal to get here early in the morning like this guy did. If you can get here like at 5 or before sunrise, you should be pretty golden as far as the cooler weather, especially when it come August, when it's going to be 100 degrees out here like every day for a month. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get down into position, and we'll show off the TRIGGERCAM. After being in cooler weather in Southern California all of the calendar year since January, and now coming out on a warm day, like this is my first really hot day of 2022, it's definitely wearing down on me already because I'm sweating, but we'll deal with it. I got water in the Jeep. But anyway, TRIGGERCAM 2.1. I mentioned this in my previous vlog, and the reason why I didn't bring it out in my previous vlog or my range session is because 2.1, the TRIGGERCAM does not fit on a zero compromise optic ZC527. The objective bell, I think, the ocular bell rather, is about over 50 millimeters, and this is only going to handle up to 48 millimeter. And I tried to fit it on there, but you're really going to be like kind of pushing it on there with no spacers and no like real nothing there. So it's just like you're scratching it up, and plus it's not even going to stay on. And the way the zero compromise works, it's going to conflict with the the way if you try to get it on there, it's going to conflict with the magnification ring of the lever. So anyway, I put on my Kahles because I know it fits in the Kahles. Some people use it on Kahles just fine. So I'm going to try it on here, and my Kahles is on my on my 6 Creedmoor Mausingfield. So we'll try it on this, and we'll just shoot it down at 20 rounds. But I want to just see how it feels. And it's good trying on centerfire so that eye relief, because it does eat up some of your eye relief on your scope. So is it going to affect me if I'm shooting a centerfire rifle? Granted, 6 Creedmoor doesn't recoil as much as any other centerfire rifle, but it's a good baseline indicator. And man, these flies or whatever these bugs are really up in force. And I smelled something out there, so I think probably something died, like a squirrel or something. But yeah, that's probably where they're all coming from. But yeah, let's. I'm gonna have to try to make sure I have everything lined up. I haven't touched it. I lined it up at home with my reticle. There's an app that you need to use to connect to this thing over Bluetooth/wireless. And I didn't put the caps back on, which I probably should have, but they're inside here. And yeah, let me figure this out because I got to remember how to turn this all on, and then we'll get this going. We're going to shoot from a high kneeling position because I cannot see the target, my steel target over this grass that's blocking, I guess, in front of the berm that it's on. But hopefully my trigger cam is on and you can see this. But we're going to take a shot on this 300 yard or this 6 inch or 8 inch 300 yard target that I have, or yard that I have at 300 yards. Or 296 actual, and according to the Kestrel, I need 0.8 right now. It's only 80 degrees apparently, but in the sun it seems pretty hot to me. But let's see if I can make some hits here. This is a cold bore, not a clean bore. You can see my wobble here. I missed completely. I don't know where I'm missing or why. And it's interesting that my parallax, right now the parallax is at, I think it's focused in. I'm not sure, entirely sure if I have the parallax focused correctly for the trigger cam, but it is for my eye. Am I even shooting a target? That's the real question. So I'm hitting beneath, I think. I'm gonna hold up. I think I heard it go down. I'm gonna come back out on the magnification here. Wow, I'm missing bad. My windage. Yeah. I usually wouldn't miss 300 yards, but my Kessel's got me at 0.8, so I don't know what's going on here. If you're wondering why I'm not shooting the black square targets, because that's just a rimfire target, and I'm just going to destroy that steel. It's only 3/16 inch, and it's not even into the ground very well. It's only on one of my NRL 22 stands, so it'll get blown off there. But yeah, 3/16 AR 500, not a good idea with the 6 Creedmoor. I'm gonna dial 0.9 here. Yeah, that's a hit. Why am I hitting below? I am really off. It's just me or it's probably me and the tripod, not the gun. I have got so much wobble right now on a high kneeling position. That's a hit. Anyway, I'm just embarrassing myself on YouTube here with this bad shooting, but you get an idea of how this trigger cam hopefully is working. I hope it's recording right now, otherwise I'm just wasting these rounds. Readjust my body here. And you saw the concussion of the that round. It probably ricocheted and hit the. I think it ricocheted and hit the my black rimfire target right there. That's a 12x12 at 300 or 296 with a magneto speed hit indicator there. Anyway, I'm making some hits on there. Hopefully the trigger cam recorded. There's no indicators here to tell you. I guess yeah, there's a yellow light here that says it's recording. So, but we'll have to play that in post and see how it looks. I was able to actually look on my app, and I could actually play the videos over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So that's actually pretty impressive with this trigger cam. Anyway, here's a little close-up of the TRIGGERCAM 2.1 for anyone who's never seen one before, in these similar style of rifle scope cameras. This is arguably the most widely, I guess, desired one. It does 4K video, 30 frames per second, and as you can see here, TRIGGERCAM 2.1 on the side. On the top, I took off the caps, but there's this small cap here where you'll adjust it basically for the reticle. That's what I did. I did it to focus, so it's on the reticle, just kind of like a diopter. And then here you have the charging ports. Hopefully, I'm not too close to that to focus. You have the HDMI. You have an HDMI out apparently, so you can play this stuff on some sort of display if you needed to. You have the SD card, which it comes with, and then a USB-C. So it's pretty easy to charge it up. You can just put it. You should be able to put it onto your car charger for your phone. It should have enough amps, assuming you have a good one for a modern phone. And if you can see here on the, do you see how close it is to the objective bill? I'm trying to. It's so bright out here, I can't really see my LCD screen here. But you can see how close I am to the of this housing for the trigger cam to the magnification ring. So there's a lot of, you have to be cognizant of that, and so this may not fit on some scopes. You can see here, it looks like my trigger cam, the spacer is off a little bit. I'm not sure if recoil caused this, but it's on pretty tight right now. It's not slipping, at least from what I can tell. Anyway, there is a spacer there. You're supposed to have spacers there, and you're supposed to put this around the spacer so it fits between that and the scope. But it's a pretty interesting product. It's just unfortunate that I can't use this in my zero compromise. Because if you look at my zero compromise here, this is just, it's too wide around here, so it won't fit over that. And I heard a rumor, apparently, that, well, I heard a rumor. I read something online that said they were probably in the process of making a trigger cam that will fit around larger housings. I'm not sure how accurate that is or how truthful, but if they make one, I'll have to get that one so I can use it on my zero compromise, my ZCOs. Anyway, let's go ahead and shoot the last few rounds here, and then we'll switch to the rimfire. You can barely see it, but it's there. I can barely see the target at 3. I think it might have shifted actually. Yeah, it's shifted. I can't even shoot on it anymore. Well, you know what? Let's go for some farther targets here. That's already the close steel. I have no idea what that distance is. Let's make some calls here. About 652. 652, we need 3.2 according to the Kestrel. So let's go 3.2. Hopefully you can see this on the trigger cam, but I'm going to shoot this large target here. I put 3.3. When a dead center, I have a 1/10 of a mil left windage because the wind is coming from the left that I can feel. Looks like a hit. I think I'm hitting right side of target though. That one felt kind of weird going in. That felt kind of weird going in. Let's go ahead and... So when I clip into the tripods, I don't really lock it in all the way on the leveling head or the ball head. I kind of leave it a little loose, just so I can have some movement on the rifle a little bit. I know a lot of people lock it in completely, but I like to just leave it in a little bit loose, just a little bit of tension. Let's shoot this last round. Let's go for that small target. Let's go for that smaller target there, which should be about a couple yards farther back based on my depth perception here. I'm going to favor a little bit left. Solid hit. Hopefully that call came out on the trigger cam, but we'll see it in post. And it looks like it's not blinking, which if that case, that means yeah, it's blinking. So I got it. And I'll go ahead and shut it off now. Cool. I'm also going to have to shoot the 300-yard target from a high kneeling position because the brush is also blocking that black 12x12 that I have sitting out there on that 300-yard berm. About 12.2 roughly, according to the Kestrel. 12.2. I do have my magnetospeed on here because it's important to have good velocity for, well, help if I have a magazine. Good velocity or known velocity when you're shooting at these distances to get the correct ballistic solution here. I do have a T1000 hit indicator on there. No joy on that one. I don't even know where it hit. I have a feeling the wind is to the left, so it's coming from the left, so I'm going to favor left here. Huh, not getting any hits. Getting shot errors though. Is my magnetospeed not? For some reason I'm getting shot errors on the magnetospeed, which is an issue. Chamber's clear. Chamber's clear. I'll line this up here. We should be good on this. My don't know why the magnetospeed wouldn't be working right now. That's odd. I normally don't have to adjust the magneto speed sensitivity. This should be set pretty much on. That's weird. For some reason it's I can't even adjust sensitivity. Let's go 10. Not sure why that's not picking up. Do I have a round left? Yeah, one round left. $11.08. All right. Actually, you still have one more round left there. $1,100. If I can't get on, this is not going to be a good, not going to be a very long session today. I don't know why I can't get on at 300. 300 is usually pretty easy for me. Where's my Kestrel? We'll adjust it for 1100. Saying I need 11.8, 11.9. So we'll go 11.9, 12. And it's saying it's 100 degrees right now. Is there a round in there? What the heck? I rim locked it. Yeah, I rim locked it. Yep. There you go, finally. So I was shooting over the target earlier. And I missed. Don't need much wind. Wind just picked up. It's coming in from the left. It's a good 0.6 of wind. I'm holding left edge of target. And that one let off. Huh. All right, let's move on to the 400 because I can shoot 300 most any time at the other range at the West End Gun Club. So let's go ahead and switch to prone. And it looks like we're averaging 1100 today. So I can adjust this. Yeah, we're at 1100. Okay. All right. So we're looking at. It's gonna put maybe 30 rounds or so in prone, and not gonna be out here much longer. But 400 yards, Kestrel's showing 19.1 roughly. This ammo has sort of been baking in the sun, so is the rifle. But we'll see what we need here. 19.1. And we've got that left wind out there. I'm going to favor left edge, a little bit more than left edge right now. No joy. I'm going to favor 1 mil left. No joy. I'm going to come down 2/10. Favor 1 mil left. No joy. Although if the light is going on, I can't see it because there's something in front of it. I'm not getting any hits here. And I can't spot splash right now because there's none. It looks like we're probably not going to make a hit at 400 today. All right, so I've done a little bit of adjustment on the wind. It could be about 1.5, but the direction does not look right. I've adjusted to 18.5 for my dope, or for my trajectory here at what could be 395. I'm gonna hold right 1 full mil, take a shot. Got no hit there. I want to say that wind is moving right to left, but I can't really tell. Let me dial my scope in here. Okay, it's definitely left to right. All right, we're left to right. So I'm gonna hold 1.5 mil left, take a shot. No joy. 2 mils. Oh, I'm gonna call it. I could not get on. Could not get on at 400. Very disappointing. I was making solid hits with the Creedmoor on the 6-inch. This is a 6-inch steel popper. I think I was a little bit over on my hold, or my dope, so came under about 1/10 of a mil, 2/10, and I was hitting solid up top, so good there, and hopefully got some good footage on the trigger cam. Unfortunately, with the rimfire today, could barely make 300 today for some reason. I don't know why. I usually can hit 300 pretty easily. Wind wasn't that bad, and as far as my target that I had at 400 yards, here, just to embarrass myself here with the steel targets here. Embarrass myself showing you the steel target, but there's no impacts here whatsoever. Could not figure out what my hold was. I don't know, 396, it varied from like 18 to 19 mils, depending on when when the Kestrel was giving me data, what the temperature was. You got to wave around in the air to make sure it's not pulling ambient temperature off surfaces. But I was trying 18.5 mils and trying to bracket, and the wind, I was calling left to right, and I couldn't make a hit, and I couldn't see splash out there because basically the brush prevents any sort of dust splash from happening. So I could not even walk myself on the target. I got to get better on this, on my wind calls. I really do. My wind call for like rimfire beyond 300 is not really good, so I need to work on that. 400, 500. I need to figure all that out. I only put about 50 rounds down range with the rimfire. Disappointing day, to say the least. Could not get on steel at 400. My wind, I don't know what's up with my wind calls, and also, you never know, maybe my elevation was wrong too, and I need to look back at previous data to see what I was shooting for 400 or 396 or 395 or whatever that may be here at this range. But when I was looking at the Mirage, it seemed like it was left to right. I thought it was left to right, but I was not getting anywhere like on target. I could not see around the target because there was no splash due to there's no dirt where it'll pick, what'll hit. And if it's any amount of brush, right, rimfire just makes such a little impact at that distance that you can't see splash unless it's perfect. So anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm a great shooter. I mean, I have to practice quite a bit because 400 yards, 500 yards with a rimfire is not easy. Granted, there's people who are doing it fairly well, so I just need more practice behind it and getting time to come out here, because this is the only place I can shoot 400 and 500 and 600 yards easily. The second I come here, it's just too hard to get out here, like hour and a half drive each way. And on weekdays, you have to come weekdays. Can't shoot weekends here because it's just too packed. And there's matches going on here too. West End Gun Club, we can only shoot 300 on normal days. We can't use the 400 and 500 yard lines because that's only when there's an official event going on. And so those are the only times I can use the West End Gun Club. So I'd have to go there during some sort of match, which there are no real rimfire matches that we shoot. Maybe I can try to go there when they're shooting high power and ask if I can use the line while they're there, but it's unlikely you can because they're running a match. So anyway, I mean, that's it for this morning. Not really much to say. The trigger cam, not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I just wanted to try it out for sure, and I want to see what the video looks like when I get home. Sorry, there's tons of flies out here. I mean, this place is just packed with bugs. But yeah, the trigger cam, I mean, I want to see what it's like in post. I was hoping to have at least it'd be nice to have an in the scope camera. I mean, I admit it's nice to have that for range vlogs so people can see where you're shooting. I mean, it's boring just to have a camera on somebody watching them shoot. It'd be nice to at least have, on target camera. And I tried to do my best with my 300 millimeter, or it's 600 effective on my long lens that I have on my Micro Four Thirds system, and I can actually see targets there. But you're not going to really see good hits, right, all the time, especially when it's at distance. But during NRL 22, and when I'm doing my walkthroughs or my match walkthroughs, I'll usually set that camera up so you can see hits on target. But I know people want to see, hey, what does it look like? What's his perspective when he's shooting? Like, what's his hold look like, etc. And like, how is his wobble? And so I agree that would be nice to have. Unfortunately, these systems, they're not all perfect because not all scopes are built the same. And as you can see here in my situation where I have the zero compromise optic ZC527, I have two of them. I can't run the TRIGGERCAM 2.1 on that scope, but it works on the Kahles. Anyway, as far as this is concerned, I'm going to think about whether I'm going to keep this or not or sell it. I mean, I can run on my Kahles, but it'll only be on when I shoot centerfire, because I'm not going to jump the scope around. I mean, I thought about it, getting another single piece mount for it. I just don't feel like doing that. I mean, I'm not going to shoot a different scope just to shoot the trigger cam, if you know what I'm saying, right? Shoot the scope that you want to shoot, and I want to shoot the zero comp, right? The Z comp. Anyway, that's it for today. May 25th, Wednesday, here at the Desert Marksmen range out in Palmdale. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog.